Previously on Samurai Jack. The search for the lost magical sword finally begins as Jack and Ashi search the crater of the last time portal Aku destroyed. But as Jack recalls the day he lost his blade, he realizes that he did not lose the weapon. His weapon left him. As the samurai begins to meditate in an attempt to find his blade through a spiritual journey, Ashi fights off and destroys not only an entire army, but also the very woman who has tortured her for years, the High Priestess, her own mother. Jack, meanwhile, realizes the anger he has felt ever since Aku destroyed all of the time portals has blinded him, and learns to balance his emotions once more, granting him an audience with 3 gods who bestow the sword to their chosen warrior. Now, with newfound luster, Jack and Ashi begin their journey to Aku's lair to finish what was started 50 years ago. We begin the episode in distant space as a strange rectangular prism floats harmlessly in the vacuum until some stray asteroids push the vessel to Earth. The moment is ominous as all sounds prior to the object's crash landing is slightly muffled in the void of space, making you feel slightly uncomfortable while you wonder what is inside it. Meanwhile, in a desert town resembling India, Jack and Ashi congregate in the equivalent of an airport terminal, as they are about to board an enormous camel, which is no doubt pointed in the direction the two need to go. Jack tries some of the local cuisine, only to temporarily have his head turn into that of a fish. Ashi passes on trying the food. As Jack and Ashi board their transport, space seems to be quite scarce, as a large group of green anthropomorphic tigers board with them. What follows for a brief moment is awkward, as the two warriors slightly fumble in their confined space. Ashi even notices that something is poking her, Jack's sword.
Oh my!
The moment doesn't last long, however, as Jack notices the tigers are literally spelling out their intentions to him, their shirts adorned with letters. Jack and Ashi defend themselves from their inevitable attack, in spite of more awkwardness, and eventually make their escape, opting to continue their journey on foot. The next minute or so consists of more bonding between Jack and Ashi, as they find a small oasis to drink water from, and make familiar hats out of the local fauna. They gaze into each other's eyes for a moment, yet remain silent as they smile and continue their journey. As the two warriors forge ahead, they encounter a heavy sandstorm, which forces them to take refuge in a huge, monolithic, rectangular building. The two marvel at the advanced design of the place as they begin exploring the vast hallways. They soon realize, however, that this place was once a prison vessel, but no prisoners remain, only poisonous leech-like creatures, one of which bites Ashi. Jack, ever quick-thinking, sucks the venom out of Ashi's wound before it spreads, and determines leaving to be the best course of action, as a loud roar is heard in the distance. The two try to make their escape, but they are confused by the ship's design, losing their way to the exit. As they both apologize to one another for their current situation, they quickly try to navigate through what I have named the MC Escher prison ship, before finding a large, dome-like cell that has been broken, much like the others before. It doesn't take them long to discover what once resided in this cell, as its resident has been the one chasing them. It is a monster made entirely of poisonous space leeches, which soon swarm Jack and Ashi. The two put up a good fight, but are overwhelmed by the sheer number of leeches, forcing them to make a tactical retreat. As they run, the two warriors find a door with an automated scanner, which grants them access due to them not being prisoners. Inside is a large variety of weapons, and a computer system that tells Jack about the monster, designated as Lazarus 92. I personally would have gone with the name Leech King, but okay, and how to defeat it with a specific device. Or at least it would have had Jack not been distracted by Ashi testing one of the guns. Regardless, Jack tentatively takes the device, hoping to learn how to activate it when the time comes, as Ashi arms herself with a shield and a spear-like weapon. The two warriors creep through the halls, with Ashi taking point while Jack fumbles with the device. As the creature makes its next attack, Jack admits he cannot figure out the activation sequence. The two swap places, Jack now defending Ashi while she hides behind her shield with the device. Lazarus is smart, however, using a pipe to send a portion of itself to her. The leeches attack her, eating her leaf clothes before she can kill them. So yes, Ashi is now naked. Again.
Oh my.
Jack is flustered about this, but Ashi, having been raised in a non-traditional environment, doesn't catch on as to why Jack is acting so awkward about her lack of clothes, or why Jack would make her wear his robe, his gi, for protection. Regardless, the two fight on, as Lazarus separates itself into multiple copies to surround and overwhelm its prey. Ashi continues to fight with all of her skills while Jack makes one desperate attempt to activate the device, finally managing to do so before the leeches overtake their new meal. Jack and Ashi both scream, but before the leeches devour them, the device fully charges up and electrocutes the leeches to the point of killing them. As Jack and Ashi recover, panting from the pain of both the leeches and electricity, they gaze upon one another. Then, without a word, the two passionately kiss to the tune of Dean Martin's Everybody Loves Somebody. Cut to credits. Well, this was an interesting episode to both watch and review. While I was expecting Jack and Ashi to bond in these recent episodes, I was not expecting their relationship to become this intense this fast. On the other hand, I can see why they've become more romantic and passionate. For one thing, Ashi has seen Jack's heroism across the land and has come to admire Jack in many regards, showing her evolution as a character in the process. Plus, now that Jack has been reinvigorated by the gods, she has noticed his undisguised physique. Meanwhile, for Jack, I can see how he has come to admire his new friend just as much as she does for him. When they first met and truly interacted with one another, he felt concerned for her in spite of her intentions to kill him. He saw a lost soul in need of help. Then, things came full circle when he was the one in need of help, and Ashi saved him from the Omen's influence. Also, the samurai has quite clearly noticed the former assassin's skills, sometimes being left flabbergasted by her finesse. Plus, he has also grown to like her on a physical level, as shown a couple episodes ago after the Omen was destroyed. So, in essence, their relationship was somewhat feasible from the start. On the other hand, it will take time for me to get used to this newfound sense of romance between the warriors. It's not that I hate this romance, far from it. I ship it like a harbor. It's just that prior to this development, I saw their relationship as more of a father-daughter or teacher-student style rather than romantic. But then again, there were subtle hints in earlier episodes, so I can't complain too much about this, in spite of how admittedly rushed it feels. Plus, this relationship gives Jack a reason to fight in spite of the time portals being destroyed. Maybe now Jack can accept that he cannot get back to the past, but he can make a new life alongside Ashi once they defeat a coup. But that will have to wait for the next 2 episodes, the final episodes of Samurai Jack. In the meantime, though, never stop rambling. This has been Rambles and Mumbles of a Nerd, and I thank you very much for watching. Oh, and Genndy, my man. Good choice on the music.
Hey guys, this is RaMoaN, aka Rambles and Mumbles of a Nerd, and I want to thank you again for watching this episode. If you like my content, why not leave a like, maybe a comment, or heck, maybe even subscribe for more nerdy content. And if you want to see more of my work, feel free to go to the Rambles and Mumbles of a Nerd Tumblr page. There you'll find all sorts of rambles and mumbles that I've made prior to the YouTube page, and some of these posts may even get their own YouTube video someday. Normally I write the Tumblr posts first, so if you want to see content before my YouTube channel gets it, feel free to follow my Tumblr page. Well, that's pretty much it. Thank you again for watching this episode, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.